Hello everyone, it's Raven, back from the dead again. So, to start off, this video is going to come at you in 3 parts. I'll get to the new ships here in a few, but please stick with me here, because this is kind of important. So, the reason I've not been uploading regularly for the last, really, 2 years, and the reason I've not been able to hold to a good streaming schedule, and the new YouTube schedule and all that stuff, is primarily because I've been sick for the last 2 years or so. For a long time we weren't sure what exactly was wrong, and I've done dozens and dozens of tests and taken quite a few different medications to try to fix the problem. Nothing was working, and it's kind of been rough there to begin with. And up until recently, we really didn't know what was going on. However, that's changed. Yay, right? Well, so those of you who don't really know what's been going on, let me give you an overview here. I'm not going to go into too much of the gory details because I don't really wanna too much, and I kind of feel weird talking about this, but maybe it'll help you guys understand my situation and everything else. So, some of you will remember quite a while back I used to do 12-hour live streams every 6 months or so for charity. And you may remember that the third time I did it, I had to cut the stream short due to health reasons and was later hospitalized. So I was hospitalized for essentially a GI problem. My stomach, I honestly thought I had appendicitis, and went to the hospital to hopefully get that cleared up. It turns out it wasn't appendicitis, but we'll get there. Before that, I'd been uploading a video just about every day to the YouTube channel, and shortly after that, the upload slowed way down. A little while later, I was hospitalized again for huge amounts of swelling across my entire body for the most part, and localized in certain areas that are incredibly uncomfortable, we'll say. Like I said, not going to get too far into this. Which, as you guys can guess, was uncomfortable. Yeah, I know I already said that, but still, it sucked. It's been painful. I followed up with my doctor. He had no idea what was going on, and from then on, every month or two, the same thing would happen again, and it's still happening to this day. It's been happening for the last 2 years. It has, however, gotten more frequent, but it doesn't last as long. So, whereas it used to happen like every 2 months and it'd last for like a week or two, it now lasts closer to only a week, but it happens like every month, and it's not fun. Again, this is the time when I was taking lots and lots of tests and different medications to try to figure out what was going on, get everything under control, and needless to say, none of that worked. It has, however, managed to put a giant hole in my pocketbook, but that's because I live in the US and health insurance here sucks. So, flash forward to about a month ago-ish. My girlfriend and I spent some time looking up other things it could be, and we found a rather disturbing answer. I won't show you pictures or anything, but after seeing a doctor, the consensus is that it's most likely a parasite that I got while I lived in Japan. Needless to say, when I found out about this, I was both kind of happy, because I knew what the problem was and that it could be fixed, and also absolutely terrified. Because it's one thing to say, oh, I'm just sick. Maybe it's a virus or bacteria or a skin condition or something like that. Or maybe my body just hates itself. But when that changes to, there's a little creature swimming around under my skin, screwing with my body, and it's been there for years, that's a lot creepier. I mean, the image that comes to mind is of the scarab in The Mummy that crawls around under the guy's skin. Like, yeah, it's not quite like that in reality, but that's the image that goes through my head, and it's creepy. It's really creepy. So, yeah, the downside is this is the case. This is what's happening, and I don't have any control over it directly. The upside is there is a solution, and that's a blood test and antiparasitics. So that's awesome. Part 2, however, comes at you like a stealth pirate right after you kill the Alpha Station, in that it's a bit of a blindside. So those of you who don't know, I live in the USA. USA has shit healthcare, And after being hospitalized and taking plenty of meds and having trouble with finding work, really, that'll be okay with taking a week off every month or two. I legitimately can't manage to pay for the tests and treatment and all that stuff. That's what's happening. That's legitimately what's going on. Now, I'm really uncomfortable doing this, and what you guys might not know is that I have been sitting here watching ridiculous numbers of hours of CinemaSins and bitching on Twitter about not wanting to do this because I really don't want to do this, but it's a necessity. So, here goes, okay? At this point, I'd really like to get all this fixed. And I'd like to be able to upload and make videos for you guys again. It's something I actually really do enjoy doing, despite the fact that I haven't been doing much of it. So, to kind of help out with that, I've created a Patreon page with several perks based on donation amounts, and if you would prefer to make a one-time donation instead, PayPal's available. Links down below. That's all I'm going to say on that right now. At least shilling, because I feel like I'm shilling. I would like to say, however, that I will be holding monthly community builds for patrons, where any current patrons get to jump into a sector with me and build cool stuff for a day or two, and hopefully we can make some really awesome stuff together. I'm trying to make it so that I provide a service for you guys. I can't justify it to myself any other way. On top of that, you also get access to the Patreon-only posts, which is some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, some of the health stuff if you're interested. Right now, there's actually a post up there right now about the first, I guess, episode back of School of Design that I've been working on for a long time, and I'm a perfectionist when it comes to that series, so I haven't been doing what I should have been doing, which is filming the damn thing. There's other rewards and benefits to becoming a Patron, whatever, you know what I mean. But I'm not going to go into those. If you want to know what those are, feel free to click the link down in the description to go to the page, and you can read it all. The other thing I'm going to be doing is the top donator per month. So every month, at the end of the month, I'll do a spreadsheet of this, and it'll be between Patreon and PayPal. So if you donate like $1 on Patreon, and then you donate, I don't know, $20 via PayPal, those will be added together, so you're not going to get gypped. Gets me for 8 hours to do whatever. If it's to help you build a ship, if it's to make a video, if it's to play a game, whatever it is, you get me for 8 hours. I'll schedule that as that happens. But yeah, basically it comes down to I have time. I have a lot of time right now, but I don't have nearly enough money to pay for the tests that I need, etc. And there should be an outline if you guys want to know how much all that stuff is, again on the Patreon page. I'm kind of trying to keep that over there for the most part. So if that seems interesting to you, that's a thing that's happening. If I manage to get enough to both pay for all the treatment and all that good stuff, and have any left over, it will automatically go directly back into this channel, making it hopefully better for all of you guys, so that you guys get more and better content. That's kind of the goal. But that's sort of secondary. I need to be healthy again so I can start making videos on a regular basis, because I really do love to do it. So, I don't want to harp on this any more than I already have. I've already spent 10 minutes talking about this shit. So let's get on to the ships. Alright, so on to the ships. We have a couple of reskins, a couple of refits, and some brand new ships. So to start off with, we'll go ahead and take a look at the Stargazer. Let me jump on in here. So Stargazer, we've refit in red. There's an updated white version as well. This one's been brought up to date with actual, like, rails. You know, the thing that came out forever ago and I should have done a long time ago. There isn't a whole lot new here, but we do have these rail doors that let the ships in and out. It's still a pain in the butt to get stuff in and out of this ship, but who cares? I said but a lot. I said but a lot, and I keep saying it. Anyway, so that's sort of the basis here. I haven't switched over to like rail elevators or anything like that. Still got gravity elevators and a lot of older tech, but it was kind of a cool experiment, and I think she looks all right in red. I'm a little bit more privy, I guess you could say. I like the white a little bit better. It looks a little bit more regal and more sexy in a way. But red suits her, and we changed the color of the engines for this version as well. So I'm gonna keep this one pretty short, but we also have a little sexy thing over here. Oh yeah, the Raptor Red Series, and she is sexy, I gotta say, in red. There are a lot of alterations to this version. So the basic stats haven't changed a huge amount, but she has a little bit more thrust. She got rid of the landing gear up top for an extra AMS turret underneath. We basically changed out the landing gear back here for extra shields, and I believe we added a few extra AMS turrets back here as well. She is Blood and Steel refit, so no jump drive. She is just here to kick ass and take names. She still has her forward interior. However, it stops right here at the door, and all of this is now basically extra space. There is a transporter to get back here, if I remember right. I think I stuck it over on this wall. Yep. So yeah, she is all about combat, which is a little different. I figured, why not? I mean, it was already kind of a combat build, and I figured we'd just go a little bit crazier with it. So, those are the two refits. I have one more Red Series ship that I'm planning to refit, and then add to the overall group, and I'll release all three of these together for Red Series, Blood and Steel Series, whatever you want to call it. And then, yeah, hopefully you guys will like it. Moving on, though, we have I'll go with the complete ships first. We have a very, very sexy ship right here. This is one of my favorite builds that I've ever done, I gotta say. It's a tanker, it's an RP tanker, and these 3 tanks on either side, so there's 6 tanks total, they're filled with warheads, which makes this interesting. It's only got 100,000 shields. So I'm thinking we might do a escort mission sometime in the future. Get a whole bunch of people to try to escort one of these things while other people try to shoot it down, and it could be a lot of fun. But the engines are just gorgeous. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I absolutely love this thing. It feels real good. And then if you look in here, there's actually detail across the whole thing. I kind of kept this center part relatively plain, but I mean, just there's detail under blocks that you didn't even know existed, and the bridge is literally the sexiest thing I've ever built. I feel terrible about it because, like, I don't know if I can beat this, but yeah. So I'll show you really quickly what this thing does. If we do this, you can see we get up top, we've got port pumps, starboard pumps, or we can just all pumps right there. It also comes with a fuel pump, and if we pop that out, so if you wanted to in-flight refuel, now this thing can't actually do that, but it looks like it can, and that's what matters in an RP ship. So you could do in-flight refueling here, and it actually can pick up and drop ships from this. This pickup block is toggleable right here with the probe dock. You won't be able to see anything, but we'll pop that back up. We've got the door right over here, so you pop in through here, And if you wanted to go down below to the core room, you could just pop down here. It's got a short limited jump range, but it's kind of meant for short haul transport. And then it's got a nice little area in here. Got yourself a transporter. I kind of imagine this is for the fuel probe, you know, or the pumps on the front, and then you've got your main captain's console. So this one turned out really cool. I'm super happy with it. And I can't pronounce it. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but we named it after the Russian U-boats that used to refuel and restock other U-boats. And it translates roughly to milk cow. And I just thought it was kind of funny to do that, so we did. The next one that is actually complete is going to be down here, and this is a little lander. This one was a challenge build from Saber, who challenged me to build it, hence the challenge build. God, I'm an idiot. Alright, anyway, so what this thing does is, quite literally, is just a little lander. It's got a little cargo pod back here, cargo attachment. It can drop or pick up this pod if it's close enough on the inside. So if we jump in here, you've got drop cargo. I'm not going to do that because it's a pain in the butt to pick back up, but it can be done. And then we've also got a little docking ramp, or not docking ramp, a little boarding ramp right here. And if we go inside, you can notice if we click the button, light goes red, light goes green when it's down. That's pretty cool. But what's really cool about this is how it lands. So let's imagine you're about to touch down. Oh, and it's actually also got a little fan start button there. So this is for atmospheric landings, if need be. It can, you know, go in space obviously because it's star made. But if you need to land on a planet, we'll go to landing mode. Alright, so watch carefully. I'm going to click the button. The landing pods reverse, and the tail comes down to provide landing legs. And then you can just go right over here, click that button, and it's all kosher as long as it's level. Easy day. It's a really cool little build. I really enjoyed making it. I think this was a one-day build. And your faction module's right there. But you got yourself a little, yeah, I mean, it works out. It's got enough space that you can carry a landing party, and it can also carry cargo to set up your new base or your little outpost on the planet that you choose. And then we just click that, everything rotates back into place, and you're off on your next adventure. So I've got two ships left. One of them is nearly finished, and the other is not. So let's start with the nearly finished. This is the little tugboat that I've been working on, and it's pretty cool. The reason this isn't finished is because this wing pod is pretty much done. This one isn't, and they're going to be asymmetrical. So this one is like a little comms thing, and if you guys have any ideas for what I should make this side be, feel free to toss them in the comments. I'd be definitely interested to hear it. So the idea here is to be able to pick up ships like this one, and I'll show you how that happens here. So first things first, let me get to the right view. First things first, we have the canopy, which can be slid in and out. That allows you to get in and out of the ship. So I like how this turned out, and it gives it a nice big wide field of view too. And so we'll retract the canopy. It's also got variable direction thrusters. So let's say we want to go up, click wing up, and you'll see these things rotate upwards, which kind of makes sense. The one thing this thing isn't is a powerhouse, unfortunately, but there's not much we can do about that. So let's rotate them back down for now. We'll turn that off. Alright, so if we wanted to pick this ship up, what I'm going to have to do, because of the way that I built this ship, is go all pumps. So we're going to pop all the pumps out of the way, jump up here, and we can rotate to the docking cam. Oh, what did I just do? That was stupid. Hold on. I am an idiot. Let's try that again. So we go down here, We're going to hit the docking arm, turn on the toggle, and we can start moving around. Now, I'll show you what this looks like. It's got this little piece here that serves as almost like the tugboat rope. And we've turned this docking area on, so it should automatically just sort of, you know, magnetize to the dock or whatever. So we're going to come down here and get as close as we can. And you can see we are now attached. So we can roll back up here. Now, the power on this is a little lacking, and I just can't do anything about it with this design. So we can bring this ship up here, and we'll stop. And then we go here, docking toggle, fly up. Now we're clear of it. Flip the docking arm, good to go. So it's a cool little idea. I actually had the idea that we could take these side thruster pods and basically turn them in, you know, like make it so that they're removable, so that these come off or whatever, and then you can attach salvagers or whatever else you want to it as well. We'll see if I do that. I don't know, it's a lot of work that I don't know if it's going to pay off or not. Plus, I don't know if I want to do that or not. It's a thought that came to my mind, but it's a cool concept. So our last ship for the day is the earliest in production. I started this yesterday, and it is going to be a pirate cruiser. And it's got a really cool look to it. We did throw in some more tanks underneath here. I don't know if I'm going to keep them, but they're here for the moment. These are going to be missile batteries, or they're going to be broadside turrets. I have not yet decided. But this is kind of really coming along, and I'm really enjoying this new style of building. You know, kind of industrial, greens and browns and all that good stuff. It's just, I want this to look like it's a pirate junker, like they just throw the stuff on there. So it's going to be pretty asymmetrical as we go. And it's been a lot of fun. Been building it on stream, and we'll continue to do so. I also have some Elite Dangerous stuff that I want to do. So if any of that interests you, feel free to pop on by. And if any of you guys have any questions about the medical stuff, I'm willing to go into that a little bit more on stream. But I don't want to go too in depth with on a YouTube video at the moment. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. There's a bunch of random dirt builds in here as well. Let's see here. We've got the dinosaur that we threw together on stream. We've got, if we come down here, it gets real dumb, real fast. Like people sitting at the bottom of the barrel. I won't show you those names, so I don't want to call them out. We've got the spam sandwich and the martini, the rotating sausage, pylon, a banana and a piece of cheese, the salt shaker, and a mini shuttle, I think is what it was. And then we got this thing here, and I don't know if this will ever get finished, but it was a kind of a cool design that was thrown together quickly. And then upcoming possible event alpha test will be right here, and this is for the redo, sort of remake of the Thunderdome, which hopefully will go well. And I need to do a lot more work on it yet, in the sense of setting up a proper sector and everything, but it's a team version of the Thunderdome, and hopefully you guys will like it whenever I get around to actually putting the last bits together. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, Patreon link and all that stuff down below. If you like the video, like it, I guess. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. But I think I'm going to call it here. I'm planning to stream as much as I can while I'm feeling like this. And we'll kind of roll from there. Again, thank you guys so much for... Essentially, I've been doing this for 3 years, and it's been a really fun 3 years, even if the last while has been pretty rough on me. And I really do hope I get to do it more, and I hope our community grows, and I'm really happy that we have the community that we have. And yeah, I don't want to sound all sobby. I'm doing my best not to sound all, you know, sob story or anything like that, but regardless, thank you guys. I'll see you next time.